shaking?
How
Yes,
y'all
right.
doing?
Hey, doing great.
So
That
much
don't
going on in the world,
that
boy.
don't sound like great.
Listen,
Y'all like
I mean,
I
what happened? I didn't get the memo to wear a black shirt. What's up?
it's all good.
don't want I was gonna say something foul, but I'll just say sometimes you just feel like you're in mourning.
And I'm being frisky with the
All
red.
right,
You're
that's right.
frisky, but you look cute.
Look, be frisky
Yeah.
for all of us, okay? Well,
I know that's right.
okay, this episode, last, I'm gonna just let you take the lead on this one because it's a show, Later Dating. I think it's a really good show.
Mm,
I just don't know how to relate to what's going on there, but it just some of it seemed overwhelming to me.
it is
That even in the later years, people will be slick and all kind of stuff. I'm just saying.
foolishness.
I'm just I'm just not I'm just not ready for that. Like, Lord, just keep my husband and me, if Jesus take one of us, please, Lord, just make our family so nice to us that we be content with them.
Well, I watched the show, and I'm not a TV watcher, but my
Yeah.
Right.
daughter, my son bought me a TV for Christmas, and
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
he was like, "Ma, you got to watch it." So she pulled this show up, and I'm gonna tell you, at first I was annoyed. I was like,
Oh, really?
I don't need to see no show. And then when I started seeing it, I was like, wow, there's some decent.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got mad again
Why?
because of the foolishness, like you said.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh,
That was the big thing that stuck with me. I
I don't know
ain't gonna
whether y'all
lie.
saw the one where the guy was like, I like a little freak in a woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He looked old as dirt. Talking
That
about
was
some freak.
that was a big turn off to me. And maybe look, I got
Was that the black guy with the white hair?
They were in
Was
a
that the
restaurant.
it was in that
and
restaurant.
he
With the well-polished woman
Mm-hmm.
that her
right.
daughter
And
was shopping
so and
for.
he was just saying and then he said to her something about ghetto. He felt like she had a little
Yeah.
ghetto in her or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then
a
the
big
words
turn
he
off.
So
and then the words he was mumbling to her underneath his breath and I
it's
was
out
just
of
kind of like,
line. And unfortunately, anybody could be put in a position at that age,
Hmm.
later in life, to
That's
have
what
to,
I'm saying. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Anything can happen. So, you never think you'd be there because I didn't think I. And then when you get there, your values are so old fashioned that you really later dater. But that episode, those episodes had me feel like I'm not only going to date intentionally,
Hmm.
I'm dating for keeps. Like we don't have to get married, and we don't have, but we are going to be in this. Really, look, I'm gonna use Chauncey. We blood in and blood out this month because I cannot go through this whole process again.
listen,
It's
listen,
ridiculous.
I'm
That is
telling y'all,
funny.
well, because the thing is, I would, because I think it's a good show. I'm just not into that type of reality TV, but it's a good show. I would think that you are more intentional about dating, right? And you wouldn't want to come with all the BS because we got more years behind us than we have in front of us.
Mhm.
So why would you not come with your most authentic self
Mhm.
and just lay all the cards on the table and see where we are? It's still this push and pull, and everybody's still trying to be something that they're not.
Right.
And
But
or
maybe,
trying too hard.
but maybe Chauncey, that's where they are, and that's why you have to. You would think
That's why they
as a
say go
later
through some
dater,
of
and
them.
I'm not just talking
It
about the
makes it
show, but
worse.
just period. You would think that your mindset will change, but then you find out that, like in some instances, just like that guy who you were just previously talking about, that his mindset was way back 19 or 20 in the, with his mindset. And you
Right.
find that out. Or you find that, in a sense that the way you used to date you know, you probably got married or your spouse died or whatever the situation was, you remember how you used to date and you're trying to do that old fashioned thing and it's not, it's not coming across to this day and time and how things, work.
Well, I'm telling you, almost when you sit up there talk about like sexual stuff and you over 55, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Stop lying.
Like really, you go to bed at 8:30 and stop telling stories. I mean,
wait a minute, it ain't even that you go to bed at 8:30. You just can't do
well,
what
if you go to bed at 8:30, if you 55, trying to be honest, you 55, you think you're gonna go in there and be long stroke to 8:45, and that's it. That's it. It's not going to be look and get to the point. We don't need no plate on none of this stuff. Hurry up, I'm tired.
Y'all
Leg hurt.
y'all remember what I told you? One of my favorite scenes, and so in Harlem Nights, remember when Richard Pryor said to his wife, she was like, "We can make love all night." And he was like, "Well, how about we just make love real hard for like 15 minutes and then go to sleep?"
That's right.
What about 7 minutes?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time.
Until I get a chocolate horse.
That's a big turn off. Like you saying that, like, okay, I know you over there taking something, but guess what? I'm not gonna be doing. My hip hurt. I'm telling you that right now off the bat. My hip hurt, and I'm just not down with that. Now I just want to look cute during the day, but at night I want to look like I'm 85 and go to bed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope you agree, and I hope you like that because that's what you're gonna get. I'm gonna be honest with you. So all that stuff and licking your lips and all that stuff. Oh God, give me my keys to the car. I gotta go. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It should be different at a certain age. It should be different. That whole dating thing. I don't know. You need to find somebody that matches you, that has the same short-term goals.
Well, I think the questions need to be a little different as far as the questions you asked when you were 20 in 1920 versus when you're in your 50s. Like, what color do you like?
Some of them is in their 60s.
You have or whatever. It should be. What are your goals? What are your plans? Where do you see yourself? How does having a partner feel? What do you think the goals are now is having a partner versus when you were younger? What you want to get in the mindset of
I need a hospice wife. That's what they want to say. They want a hospice wife.
So let's be honest. Celeste, you're single, right? You single, and you would you ask these questions to?
Here's my questions.
Okay.
Questions.
Okay.
And they're real juvenile. Do you play well by yourself? Because I ain't got time every day. I got a whole damn job and a whole family. Do you play well by yourself? Do you own anything? Because you've got to have just as much to lose as me. And are you open to prenups?
Okay.
That's good. I
ain't giving you none of my shit. Okay, so let's start there. Because if you ain't got no, there's some things that you have to have. You have to have just as much to lose as me.
Okay.
Right? Because I don't need Tyrone coming moving in or what they call it, homosexual coming. I want him to have his own place. I have my own place, and I don't know about you guys at this age right now. If something's going down with my family, I'm dropping everything.
Okay.
And that's bottom line. Like if you don't have a good connection with your family or you got something to do, you can't date me because at any given time, I'm going to choose them over you.
Ask one more question. Do you have life insurance and who's the beneficiary?
And then your credit score. I don't even care who the beneficiary
is. No. I need to know that because if you say that wife is the beneficiary, run fast. I'm just saying. Do you and if they say I don't have life insurance, hit the gas quicker. You know what I mean? Because that just tell you that the person is not responsible. You see what I'm saying? They can play it off like they want, but they're not responsible. Sorry.
Yeah. Right.
The
I mean,
same.
those are like crazy questions, and the playing
No, it ain't that crazy.
But it gets in the mindset of where they are and how they conduct themselves in their business and their life. And
Yeah.
also too, if you're dating and say it's getting serious to marriage, it is important to know about all the different things. Because say for instance, if I marry somebody else or you marry somebody else, your kids gonna look, or their kids may look at you sideways, like you coming in at the ninth hour, 10th hour, 11th hour,
11th
and you're gonna
hour.
super. See, I would probably say, let's tell them that your stuff and your what you have is going to them. What I have is going to me, and you're going to provide. If you have that, you're going to provide the home or whatever we have for me to take care of me. But I don't want that stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't.
You need a
I know
prenup.
what you have for them, and I'm not in there for that if I'm with you. You
I
know
don't
what
want
I'm
to
saying?
deal with no man.
I don't want to
When
deal
you get to
because
the point,
I got my stuff, and my stuff is going to my kids. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
absolutely. Whatever we accomplish when we together,
Together is ours, but whatever you had before,
and you got one house and I got one house, so we good.
We'll be like, Shirley, you live in your house, I live in my house. And we
And that's
planning.
another thing. That's
Yeah.
another thing. We talking about that whole, being a wife that's going to take care of somebody. I'm not. I know y'all probably think I'm not this person, but I'm not that person. I'm not taking care of you. I'm not wiping no ass. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not built for that. I'm not. I might hire somebody if you
I don't
not
believe you,
boo.
Celeste. I don't believe you.
No, I'm being honest with you. The guy I was dating before he passed away, his mother asked him. She was like, "No, he wasn't sick at that time, but
Right.
like, oh, you really love her, don't you?" He was like, "Yeah." She said, "Well, is she?" Because he was a nurse. He
Yeah.
said, "She the type of woman that'll take care of you get sick." He said, "Nah, that ain't her. That ain't me.
Well, because the thing is, because caring for somebody when they take sick, right?
I
Talk
will
about a
pay."
judgment. We talked about in another episode about judging, right? But I think if you're willing to pay for somebody to care for them, that's still
Yeah.
taking care of somebody, right?
Oh, okay.
Now,
I'm not wiping.
right. Okay. And I get that. I had a hard time wiping my kids behind because I used to clean them like this when it was too much. So I
So if they
get it.
looking for a wife to do
But
that, that ain't me.
listen, I don't know about other people, but I do have long-term care insurance in place to help care for the two of us should something happen.
Mhm.
So I understand that because I don't see myself physically doing it either because it's only 2.5 years age difference between us. So what I look like at 68 and you 70, how am I gonna lift you up and do what needs to be done? So let's just be honest, right? But
That's true.
so the thing is, like, what I appreciate about watching the show is that everyone is within the same age group, right? They're in the same age box. So, you don't have these 65-year-old dudes trying to marry some 40-year-old so they can get a hospice wife so she could be the one to take care of him when he starts to decline because there is a segment of men that do that, right? They're looking for specifically young women to help care for them. Now you done been a bachelor since Hep was a pup, and you ain't been married, and now you want to marry somebody 20 years younger than you to help
I'm not
wipe
even
your
gonna, I wouldn't
behind.
even
She
talk
ain't
to
gonna know
somebody
about that
that hadn't
medicine.
been married.
She ain't
I
gonna
ain't
be
gonna
able to
lie.
tell about your medicine that you take. You better get somebody that's your age that
Yeah.
read and understand the medicine you take it, because they might be taking the same medicine.
It's a comic that jokes like that. He said, "You better date a woman your age break cracking, so when you choking, she won't go, you so silly." On them young girls, you need somebody to come over and give you Heimlich. You need to recognize stress.
I think that when we think about the later dater, you know what I mean? It's just it's this may sound like off the cuff for somebody younger, but it's more of a contract that what you can have with a person because it's not roses and lovey-dovey stuff when we get to our age because I
Shit.
mean not that
Well,
you
for
like you
some
don't want
people,
it, you know what I mean?
right.
But you will have it, but it doesn't like smoke your brain now. You see what I'm saying?
So
And
you guys,
you know,
that's why I think when we talked before, that's why I think that in this age group, like arranged marriages could work. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because arranged marriages are about that contract, that business contract
Yeah.
of the marriage, right?
Yeah.
And so you can grow to, because love is action, right? You can grow to love a person or fall in love with a person because the attributes of that person become attractive to you or whatever. And like you said, you get to be a certain age and it's not about having the butterflies in the stomach anymore and all of that. It's just about what can we sustain together and make this work and be good for each other. And so you have to take the rose colored glasses off to be able to see that. Because again, you have less time in front of you than you have,
But I
behind
will
you.
tell you that being a single woman, right? Now, I don't have a lot of time to date, but if when I'm dating, the men more than ever before are not interested in settling down. They don't even want to be a player. They've been living with somebody so long, so many times, that they're at the stage now where they just want their own place.
They want a companion though. They don't necessarily
They
want a
don't even,
living companion.
yeah,
They
but
just want a
yeah,
companion.
exactly. Let's go out, let's
Mm-hmm.
hang out, let's have dinner. You
And
my
you know
boo.
what? That could be fine. That could be
That
fine.
is great.
Yeah, that could be fine. Because when I leave you, I'm going to my house, lock the door, and
Exactly.
and live my life, and that's fine because I don't even have to, it's when you with somebody and you gotta like almost put on charades sometimes. You know what I mean, to
Put on put
keep
on
up
a
the ambiance.
girdle and
Yeah. I won't be doing that either. No
take
girdles.
off your bonnet. Well, when you dating at this age, that one lady was so fit and so dressed up every day. I was like, there's no hope for me because she can't find nobody looking like that. I might as well forget it.
Wait a minute, and she looked good too, don't she?
Exactly.
62?
Mm-mm.
Yes. I was like, girl, go ahead.
She did look good, but the dating,
That's very discouraging. You know what I mean? Because like, um, I'm sure she in it for companionship. You see what I'm saying? Because we all said the same thing. We already have our established self. You know what I mean? So just a little companionship. I'm not saying we got to go gaga over each other, but just to find that seems like a challenge. You see what I mean? That seems like a challenge. And I just think because as we know, men and women are different. But you know, the pool gets smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As we get older, it
she
gets
is one of the baby pools.
God.
People put their toes in it.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, so this was a good episode. Final thoughts.
Well, for me, my final thoughts is, I mean, dating at any time is rough now. It's really hard. But later dating, Keisha's right. We need to start dating differently when we get older. We need to be looking for this contract. We need to be looking for a companion. And if it comes into something else, that's fine. And very little sex is going on anyway. So it's okay. You can date a lot of people at one time. But yeah, just have fun. And like you said, don't get stuck with a relationship. That's my biggest fear. I know it's final thoughts, but that's my biggest fear. To waste time. To get stuck with somebody and waste time and then be 70 on later data.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And at the club.
I won't be 70 on the later date. I can tell you that much because I just be so stuck in my ways. Look, just get a dildo and just go on about my life. Because I ain't
Geez. Okay.
I won't be doing that. 'Cause I know I already have in my mind. I was like, if God take my husband away, because that's the only way he's gonna leave. Because if he try to go somewhere, I'm gonna find him. And I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna be
Blood in, blood out.
yeah, I'm not gonna be worried about that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not, because I'm just like, I get exhausted with people. I ain't gonna lie. And once you say something, they already gonna be turned off from me. They're gonna be like, what you say? Bye. That's my final thought. My final thought is, the older you get, less tolerance you have, and so
Absolutely.
less you keep doing what you need to do for yourself, because that's all about yourself. Because when you're younger, you compromise more. This age, I don't want to compromise.
Right.
No, that's okay.
If you know yourself well enough, you won't. Because I think one of the other women on there, I think both her husbands died, the first one and the second one. So so I think about that, right? And that's where we were saying about companionship. So I guess my final thought would just simply be to trust yourself, trust your instincts, regardless, and be honest about what it is that you're looking for, so that you don't waste your time.
Okay, so my final thought would be, I would say enjoy the journey.
Mhm.
However, if you know that it's not right for you, that particular person, just have the courage to just stop it. Just go ahead and stop the date. This not for me. So you can get to
What
what
is
you're
for
looking
you?
for, what it is you're looking for.
I've had 5-minute dates.
Like that commercial where the man said he forgot his wallet. He said, "Sugar mama." I was like, okay.
I know y'all did final thoughts. I had a date where we pulled up at the 7-Eleven to meet first to make sure, we were who we were supposed to be. He pulled in, he backed in. I pulled in forward. So that meant our windows were matching each other, right? We started talking. He got out. He was like, and I was confirming that he was who he was because we met online. And I said, "Oh, that's right." I said, "You have 2 children." He said, "Yeah." And I said, "You were married." He said, "Yeah, that bitch." I said, I peeled his fingers off my window and rolled up my window and backed the hell out of the damn.
Red flag.
Called his ex-wife up. Really?
I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did it.
I've had one that I called the date off before we got water from the table. On the table at a waitress. We said 2 waters before it came. I got up and left.
Sugar mama.
I've had people leave from my date too.
She was starting the car in that commercial. She was in the commercial starting the car before she left. She said, I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. She said, "Sugar mama." Every time I see the commercial, I laugh. I just be like, "Oh God, I wish somebody would do that to me. I need a car
Dating
like
is different now. Guys are not gonna what?
He said, "Oh yeah, I left my wallet in the car." Sugar mama.
Sugar mom, you like, what'd you say? You in the car. The car was backing up.
Right. Yeah, not taking that mess.
Great episode. Joining me tonight is
It's your girl Celeste, and I ain't no sugar mama.
This is Chauncey, in the words of J-Lo, I ain't your mama.
Oh, God.
I'm just your girl, Keisha. I have no words.
And I'm your girl, Kimmy. Join us next week when we bring a new episode. Have a wonderful week on purpose. Take care.
This was fun.
Bye.